Good day and welcome to the One Piece Forum YouTube channel. I am Frankigon15
And I'm Apache.
and today we're going to be reviewing One Piece chapter 832.
Germa Kingdom,
Yay.
which was
And
a good chapter.
Mapache is back. Say
Yay, I'm back
welcome.
for now.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, this chapter we start off and everyone's still, I don't know about
It-
everyone, but the main four people are in the woods. Off five people. I can't remember. Carrot.
It's Carrot, Nami, Chopper, and Luffy.
Is there no one else? Is that it? Really? Oh yeah, because Brooke went off with Pedro. Anyway,
Yeah.
sidetracking. So yeah, they're still in the haunted woods of Thriller Bark, and um, they're doing some wacky shit. They're running away and from the rabbit person, Randolph.
Randolph is his name. Yeah.
Why do you find that name so
Fun.
funny? I don't get it.
I don't know. I don't know. It's just who would come up to name such a weird and strange and mysterious character, Randolph?
Okay.
But then again, Carrot isn't that much better.
Yeah, so
But
they're running away from Carrot's doppelganger, Randolph, and um, there's an order box for it where he says his name Randolph and he's Big Mom Pirates,
yeah,
what's it say, Crane Rider,
Rain Rider. Yeah.
and it seems pretty strong, but I mean Carrot's proving to be quite a formidable opponent,
Yeah.
so that's pretty cool. I didn't
Another
expect that.
positive point
Yeah,
for Carrot. Like on the forum, many people said, "Oh yeah, I like Carrot more and more." And now that she could even fight him off with her Electro,
yeah, it's really cool. She kills the crane. I'm gonna assume she killed the crane.
maybe Electro is effective, very
Yeah,
effective against
flying
bird.
Pokemon. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So yeah, and now we have a confirmation first that Randolph is not a mink, and second that only minks can use the electric powers.
Yeah,
That's what she said, but we still don't know how they produce it. I heard a theory about it has to do something with their fur of this
yeah.
electrostatics.
But if it was to do with that, Randolph might be able to do it because he's got fur on him too.
Ah, that's true. But he does indeed not look like a mink. He
No.
looks even more like an animal than the minks do.
Yeah.
He
He looks
looks kind of
also
different.
more cartoony, I
Mm-hmm.
think.
Yes.
And I was really hoping that the electro power would be what they're called, dials from like Skypiea. I was really hoping that would be it, but I don't think it is.
No,
It just seems kind of
me
cool,
neither.
They were on an ancient elephant that's lived for thousands of years. It would be pretty cool.
It seems like it's just something minks are born with.
Yeah. So what do you think Randolph is then, if he's not a mink?
So I read on the forum that he might be awakened devil fruit user,
Yeah.
but it was just a thought, not that elaborated, I think. And I couldn't say anything more about it. I'm not sure. I don't think he's a devil fruit user.
Yeah.
It's
It could be Devil Fruit user, Zoan, awakened, or it could
but
be that it's to do with Big Mom's powers, perhaps.
maybe he was a normal rabbit and
Yeah, exactly.
she gave him life. Imagine you get a devil fruit and you eat it and it's a rabbit Zoan. How how disappointing is that? I hope
I
he
mean,
didn't suffer through that.
he can jump really high and he can run really fast and he can kick people really hard.
He can bite people. And, yeah.
Yeah, he can mistake fingers for carrots and.
He can taste good.
Oh no.
I don't think he's a devil. What do you think?
Um, Big Mom powers.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll move on. They try running away. They try to get away from the forest, and they keep coming back to the same point, which is guy or girl, not assuming the gender of this guy. Sorry, slash
Of this person.
slash girl of this person. So yeah, they keep coming back to this point, and and then they try to do it again for the last time. They come back, and Luffy has been took over somehow by the 8th daughter of the Charlotte Linlin family, Charlotte Brûlé.
Charlotte Brûlé.
Brûlé. So yeah, is there a certain point that we can see where she's taken over the body, or is there a certain point that we can see something weird happening?
Well, it's not like she took him over, she just copied him. Probably with devil fruit powers. That's like the first assumption we make. Everybody's making right now. What do you think about the hands that we see on page 11? Like when Luffy says, "Wait, guys, that's not and then some hands cover his mouth.
I think they're his own hands, but I don't think it's Luffy. I think it's her, and she's him at that point. She's, disguised herself as him at that point, and she's about to say, "Wait, that's not my something." And then
So that she almost gave herself away.
she almost gave herself away, and then she covers herself, and then Nami asks why, and then he says nothing.
Yeah. I think it's not his hand.
You don't think so?
I think he wanted to. I don't know if you look at it. I'm not sure about the scar. I'm not sure. Like, I feel like it's not his hands, and he wanted to scream to them. That's not me. Wait up. And then somebody took him.
But why would he be saying that's not me? That doesn't make sense.
But because Luffy sees the others running away with his doppelganger, and then he would shout, "Wait, wait, guys, that's not me." And then.
Oh right, but the thing is, we don't know where that voice is coming from. We don't know where Luffy is at that time. We just think he's with. From the panel, it just seems like he's with the guys, and while they're jumping over the river, it seems like he's there. Do you know what I mean?
It must have. Yeah. Yes.
I mean, hopefully.
But there's on the top panel, you can in one panel you see both Luffys, and you can see the others running across, running by them, and at that point they must have been switched out.
Well, because in the last chapter it seemed like it was like a mirror image, like Luffy mirror image. So when he was running one way, he was like clashing with each other. So in this chapter we see them running, and they're running in the opposite directions because it's like a mirror image. Yeah. So. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a point of discussion. So.
Because in the last chapter, whenever Luffy would say something, the mirror image would say the exact same thing at the exact same time.
Yeah. And move in the exact different
moving in the exact
direction.
Opposite. Yeah. And he had the scar on the opposite side. So do you think that was her and something? Or do you think it's different?
I don't know. Either she can turn into some people, or she just produces the
mirror image.
Doppelganger.
Yeah.
Oh, and I wanted to mention on the panel where we see the hands, it's not the Brulee's hands, because the fingernails look like we see that she has pretty long fingernails, claws, and if they are indeed not Luffy's hands, they aren't her hands either. So that means there could be a third person there.
Well, I think it's just that she disguised herself as him, so they're his hands, but also her hands. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It's getting kind of complicated, but that's cool.
I mean, maybe we should just not have spent as much time on this because maybe it's not very important. But who knows?
But it's cool that there's so much room for speculation. But you're right that we should move on.
Yeah, we should move on. So we get the next part of the chapter, which is the Germa 66, the Vinsmoke family, and we see them all coming through to Big Mom territory, into Whole Cake Island, and we get information that when all the ships of the Vinsmoke family are together, it becomes their homeland, their kingdom. And we see them all converge together, and it becomes like a huge castle, and it looks pretty good, pretty epic. I really like that.
It's an awesome idea.
Yeah.
To make a kingdom assemble. on the sea.
Yeah. The only way it works really is if they're really powerful. Because otherwise a ship breaks down every time you go out to sea
Yeah.
because you get beaten by some pirates or something. So yeah, they have to
But
be really powerful.
we learn that most of the members of the kingdom are male soldiers
Yeah.
who are training a lot. So I was thinking that maybe they start at a very young age, and
Yeah.
so that maybe Sanji did some training, Windsmoke style,
Yeah, I
when
think
he
so.
was still living with them
Yeah.
at an early age.
And it seems like maybe he adopted the kicking style and not using his hands for a different reason than just, oh, I don't want to use my chef's hands. It might be something to do with the fighting style that the Vinsmokes have. Like, maybe they always use their fists and he wanted to just go away from that and doesn't want to do that. Maybe.
Maybe.
I don't know. Maybe it's a long shot. I don't know.
This chapter is full of maybes.
Yeah. Anyway, we move on to conversation between Reiju and Sanji, where Sanji's just denying everything. He doesn't want to be involved in it, and Reiju's saying, "Why don't you just relax and take one of our wenches?
Maids.
Take one of our concubines and have your way. You have the pick of 10. Do what you want." And
Yeah. Well,
I
he
just-
looks at them with his heart-shaped
Yeah.
eyes, but then he doesn't do
Can I just
anything.
mention first of all, I'm so glad that Sanji didn't go all heart eyes for his own sister. Then again, we haven't seen the moment that they actually met. This is like they've already
No,
met.
he
The
won't.
talk and the conversation.
He
So
won't do that.
hopefully that
No.
hasn't happened.
No.
I wouldn't be
seems to
surprised.
have-
It is Sanji who was like going all googly-eyed over the furries. So
Maybe it would have happened like directly after the Kamabaka Kingdom, like
yeah.
when he was on a shortage, on a
Shortage.
woman shortage, but not anymore, no. And yeah, we learned that it has been 13 years since they last saw each other.
Yeah.
So that's when Sanji was 8.
Yeah.
That was hard.
People are speculating that Reiju also might have wanted to leave the kingdom at the same time Sanji did, but protected Sanji so that Sanji could leave and that she'd have to stay behind. Something like that.
Oh.
I can't remember the full theory that people have speculated.
I could imagine that because she seems different.
She does seem different from the rest.
Yeah.
Anyway, Jaji comes in. Sanji's father, Jaji comes in, and he wants to. Sanji doesn't want anything to do with him. He's completely disrespecting him, and we find out that Sanji had a fight with his younger brother Yonji, who's been with the Vinsmokes the entire time, and he beat him. And Sanji doesn't look injured. Sanji doesn't look injured at all. Sanji just must have absolutely wrecked him. So
Sanji won a fight.
that's pretty good. He is his younger brother, but still, Sanji's been away from the family. They get constant training, constantly, all the time. So, it's pretty impressive. Finally won a fight and it's off screen. Sorry, Sanji fans.
I'm still glad
Yeah.
to see the real Sanji again now,
Yeah.
not the fake Sanji in the forest, and also to see his father. He looks very impressive.
He looks like
Like-
a miniature Whitebeard. Not miniature, but just slightly smaller.
Oda always comes up with new great designs.
Yeah.
Like every time you think he has thousands of characters, one day they just have to repeat. Maybe they do repeat, but you don't really notice.
Yeah, maybe he uses the designs on lesser important characters, and then when he uses them on the big characters, you don't notice, so it's fine.
Yeah. And what I liked is Sanji said on page 21, even if I were to admit that I have a parent, it sure as hell wouldn't be you. And I liked it because if he admitted that he had a parent, it would be Zeph.
Yeah.
That's heartwarming.
Yeah. Also, absolutely savage. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
So they're gonna have a fight outside. Apparently.
I'm not sure. I
I'm not
don't
sure
think
they
they
will.
will actually fight.
No, I don't. I think Sanji probably knows he's outmatched, or something like that, or maybe just like they'll just talk and I don't know. Maybe they will fight and maybe Sanji will get wrecked. I can't see him beating his father.
No. His father looks pretty powerful.
Especially not for the storyline. It doesn't make sense to have Sanji beat his father this early on. Doesn't
Yeah.
make much sense. So yeah.
How strong do you think is he, like compared to other characters?
I think he's definitely top tier in the world of One Piece. I don't know if he's quite on the power scale of a Yonko, but definitely between. Maybe on the power scale of an admiral, perhaps.
What about Jack, if you compare?
I'd say
Oh,
Jack.
we don't. Yeah.
I'd say Jack is on the power is like maybe on the same level or just below the level of an admiral. I'm not sure, like the same level as Doflamingo, perhaps. And I think that Father Vinsmoke, Jaji, might be around the same level. Maybe even
Yeah.
more powerful than an admiral.
Yeah,
Maybe.
something around that.
Yeah. It's hard to speculate because we haven't seen anything of him. And Sanji, we don't even know where his power level relates to anyone. He lost against Virgo, he lost against Doflamingo pretty handily, so we don't really know his power level.
He won against Yonji.
He won
Yay.
against Yonji.
Such
One
a
person that we
strong.
also don't know his power level of.
But he's the son of the Windsmoke, so he
Yeah.
must at least be a little bit strong.
Yeah.
There was another question on the forum. Do all Windsmokes have the same mother? Like all the Sanji and all his siblings?
We don't know, do we?
Because when we saw the maids and Sanji was free to pick one to do stuff, it might be that his father just mates with different women just as he wants, and so maybe they don't even
It could be.
have
We
the
haven't
mother,
we haven't
the
seen the
same
mother,
mother.
so
And when I look correctly, we don't see his father's eyebrows,
yeah.
so we
I was
don't
looking.
know
Yeah, I went to look
where
to
the
see.
eyebrow comes from.
Yeah.
So if his father has the eyebrow, then
Yeah.
yeah, it says nothing. But if the father doesn't have the eyebrow, then all of them must have the same mother because it must come from her.
Yeah.
You know, genetics.
Yeah. Are there any more questions that you want to talk about?
No, I think I mentioned everything.
Yeah, I think I've mentioned.
Most important question was what is Randolph?
Yeah.
But we talked about that.
That is a very important question. Also, actually, we could mention how powerful you think the eighth daughter, Charlotte Brûlé, is.
Mm,
And the rabbit guy, Randolph.
maybe Oda makes it like that first one is the strongest, and then we go down to the weakest with the last born.
I mean, normally he does it the other way around. He normally starts with like the weakest that they fight first, and then goes to the
Yeah,
strongest.
that's true.
Like with Buffalo and Baby Five.
Yeah, that's true.
They were definitely the weakest of the Doflamingo family.
I could imagine that she isn't that strong. Somebody
Yeah.
on the forum said they would be happy if Nami just if
Electrocuted
Nami would beat her.
That'd be good. She hasn't had a fight in so long.
Mirrors versus
Yeah.
Mirage.
That'd be amazing.
And yeah.
Or maybe Chopper and Carrot will help.
So maybe she's on Nami level or on a level so that the three of them can beat her.
I
don't think she's that strong.
I just thought of an awesome fight. You could have like Nami creating mirrors and like weird shapes for Chopper and Sugar, and them going in to like try and attack her.
Carrot.
Yeah. What did I say?
Sugar.
Oh, never mind. Yeah, Carrot and Chopper, and she could be like disguising them and stuff, and be quite cool. Like supporting them as they attack. I don't know. And then they finish them off with the Thunderlance Tempo or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
It's cool.
That would be cool. And she has a new weapon. She has
Yeah.
to fight.
Yeah, new weapon. Maybe Usopp's managed to fit her new weapon in with his kind of fighting style, do you know, with the plants and stuff.
The pop greens.
Yeah, maybe she can do that kind of stuff as well.
Nah, I wouldn't like that.
You wouldn't?
No.
I don't know, I think it'd be pretty cool.
It's Usopp's stuff. It's Usopp's thing.
Yeah.
Nami has
Nami
has her lightnings.
Yeah.
But I think we're sidetracking again, so
I think we've talked enough. We've said what we're gonna. We've
Yeah.
said what we needed to say. So we'll just leave it here. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Go to the forum. Create an account. Ask us some questions. Do some talking to everyone, and we'll see
Yeah.
you in the next one. Goodbye.
Bye.